Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Good Tuesday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Digital Sim Racing League True Southern Florida Living Stock Car Series presented by BeefOBradys. 100 laps. That's Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight for these boys. They have been in happy hour for about 53 minutes. And we've been watching various cars. Some are loose, some look a little snug, some look really fast. Michael Larch and Casey Graves pretty quick in here tonight. Hello, Jersey. Thanks for joining in, saying hi first. Shout out to Jersey and Justin at BeefOBradys for getting behind the series and being the presenting sponsor for this. And a big shout out to Phil over at True Southern Florida Living for being the primary on this deal. Shout out to everybody, Mark and Mark, King's Roadhouse, and Midwest Barbecue Equipment for the Monday night stuff. As always, we love Aaron and Mary Lee. We know they sponsor the Wednesday series, but they're still friendly to the show. We love them. Always fun. Steve Llewellyn, everybody at Edmund Trophy. Scott King Designs, and all the admins and all the behind-the-scenes people that help make this thing go. Without it, man, you guys don't get to watch awesome racing. And it's going to be weird tonight. This place is getting to dusk. And the cloud cover has already cooled the track quite a bit. This is a lot cooler than the final practice on Sunday night for this happy hour right here. So there is our number 24 BeefOBradys car, Mr. Thomas Brander, and he's 7th quick right now. Talked last week about needing better qualifying. He did that, got him a top 5 out of it last week. He's going to try to make a good qualifying effort here tonight and stay up in front of these guys and see if he can bring the 24. There's his teammate, the 94 of Galen Gidman, rolling out. Hello, Bill. Hello, Jennifer. Have to admit I was a little nervous a little while ago when I went to click on all the broadcasting software and there was a huge update, and I wasn't sure it was going to get done in time, but here we are. Live and ready to go. Good job, Galen. He's going to raise the tire bill just a little bit. Looks like Mr. Thomas Brander going to raise the tire bill a little bit too. He got a little loose right there. Stephen Pearson. Kobe Stidham. Hadn't been here in a couple of weeks. He's back. That 36 machine. Don't see a Ross Cato. Weird. I thought we'd see him for sure tonight. I think some drivers are going to miss tonight for one simple reason. iRacing had a large update today, and if you did not get started early on it, as big as it was, it took some drivers an hour to get an update. Some people didn't know there was an update, showed up, and luckily they were able to get it downloaded fast. I know Stephen Pearson, who we were just watching, was one of those drivers. He has only been in here long enough to run about 5 or 6 laps in this happy hour. So, oh, Nick Cooper. Cooper put the kibosh on the boys over at Bristol. Man, he swatted the field. And then a late race caution. Kind of killed his plans. So he's going to look for redemption here tonight at Charlotte, I am sure. Old Brock Bigelow. Garrett Boyd. We were watching him when we first came in. He had the field covered last night over at Bristol in the trucks. And once again, those late race cautions change everything. And he ended up still in the top 10, but man, had to take a wave around and start at the back of the field, and it was just rough deal because he was about 4 seconds ahead of everybody getting ready to run that final stint, which was only going to be about 30 laps. And caution came out before the last 2 drivers on the cycle pitted. Trapped almost the entire field lap plus down. It changed the complexion of that race greatly. Cliff Mullins, I will tell you guys that your top 5 that'll be dropping to the back tonight. Casey Graves in the 0-1 car. Cliff Mullins in that 44. Frost Cato shows up. The 12 car will go to the back. Brock Bigelow in the 27 and Garrett Boyd in the 21 are to the rear cars. Scotty King making his way in amongst the tall trees. Let's go see if Mr. Stidham's car looks a little bit on the loose side. You got the right rear wiggly. Wiggly and jiggly. Oh, boy. There's a whole bunch of them in there. Let's see if we can talk to one of these guys. Hey, Nick Cooper, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Little bit of heartbreak at Bristol, but redemption possibly this week here at Charlotte.
I don't know. We'll see how the lay lands lay and go from there.
Yeah, you had the field covered over there, and that late race caution really kind of changed the complexion of that race.
Yeah, it's typical NASCAR. That's usually how it goes. But I don't know. We'll see. See what happens here.
All right, man. What do you expect here? Not as warm as we anticipated from the final practice on Sunday. It looks like the track has cooled down. Looks like there might be a lot of grip going out there.
Yeah, I wish it was slicker, but it'll definitely be tire management like usual, and we'll just see how everything falls here.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wish you good luck. Head out there for qualifying, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you on the podium at the end of the night.
Thank you.
That's Nick Cooper, driver of the 35 car. All right, we are ready for qualifying. We are going to try to watch as many of these drivers as we possibly can. We cannot promise you anything about getting your favorite driver on there, but we're going to try. First car to hit the track is that 94 car. We'll see what Mr. Gidman has for qualifying. We watched him run a lot of laps in a racetrack. He is working on some new equipment. Well, it's not new, but he's got a new power supply finally for his wheel. I think he was trying to get some fine-tuning done. We're going to go watch Garrett Boyd as well. He's just now rolling out. We're going to try to see if we can get a look at Casey Graves if he makes his way onto the speedway. Sometimes those true speed guys, they decide not to do it. We're definitely going to go watch Lucas Hoytsma here momentarily. But I want to see what Gidman does on his first lap. Gidman across the stripe for lap number 1. 29.12 for Mr. Gidman. Hoytsma right behind him. Getting across the stripe, but he's about a half a second off. Galen, one and done. Stephen Pearson is up there, 29.67. Spalding just ahead of him. Boyd coming out of turn 2. And Hoytsma went for lap number 2. What's he going to do? Did he pick up? 29.47. Yes, he does, but he is still second quick. Boyd across the line. Shuts her down. He'll jump to second. 29.29 for G-Body. 24 of Thomas Brandner now on track. We're going to go watch Kobe Stidham here momentarily. He just about a third of the way around the racetrack. And Brandner is going to hit that line first, but not by much. And we'll see what T-Brand does. Thomas Brandner. 29.65 on lap number 1. Kobe Stidham. Stidham was 12th quick. He went to the top side. I don't know if that's it. Ross Cato barely made it in here. He's going to have a qualifying attempt. Here's Michael Larch. Larch streaks across the line. 12th quick. 29.96. He'll go for lap 2. Right now it's Galen Gidman at 29.12. With the pole, Garrett Boyd, second quick. Lucas Hoytsma, Stephen Pearson, and Kevin Spalding. There comes Kobe Stidham. 29.46 to go third quick. I was watching this car in practice for a minute, and he was very quick. And I thought that was a qualifying run. He'll go second fast at a 29.15. So just off of Gidman. We'll see what Ross Cato, who had 0 laps in practice, puts down for a lap. He, Scott King, and Mike Forstner are the last cars out there. 14th quick for Cato. Here comes Mike Forstner in the 69 to complete his first lap. And lap number 1 moves him up to 15th quick, 29.89. The Tiny Dancer getting a lap in. And not going to finish the lap as he'll spin out in turn number 4. So Ross Cato moves to 11th at 29.65 on his second lap. What can Forstner do? He was out of the throttle a long time there in turns 3 and 4. And Forstner moves up to 8th quick at 29.57. So right now it's Galen Gidman, your quick qualifier. Let's get Galen up here. Galen Gidman, you got a copy?
I sure do.
All right, man. 29.12 for qualifying. Looks like you are going to grab the pole position tonight. How did the track change from the start of practice to what you did in qualifying, and what did you find? Because it looks like a pretty significant pickup.
Yeah, I had a cue set I really hadn't had a chance to play with until the end of practice, so I just had to trust it, and it worked. I assumed that meant just driving into the corner really, really, really hard, and it was going to stick, and that happened. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I hit a good lap at the end of practice, and backed it up in qualifying. So we'll see. I feel like this happened last season, and I think I wrecked everybody in turn 3. So hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that tonight, buddy. Well, good luck out there. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of the night in the top 3 at least.
That's the plan.
Galen Gidman, everybody. 94 car. Title sponsor car. And no, it's not fixed. I swear to you, it's not. But that 94 will start next to the 4 of Michael Larch on that front row. Garrett Boyd, one of our to-the-back drivers in the 21. Inside row number 2 next to Kobe Sidham in the 36. Lucas Hoytsma, the 46. He'll start P5, and he'll have Stephen Pearson, the 83, on his outside. Kevin Spalding in the 25, row 4 to the inside, next to the 69 of Mike Forstner. And then it's Thomas Brander, the 24, inside row 5. He'll have the 44 of Cliff Mullins, his partner, in row number 5. Matt Blackley, the 9, Ross Cato, the 12. They make up a row number 6. Your 7th row is the 8 of Michael Everett and the 27 of Brock Bigelow. And then Trevor Williams in the 1, Ryan Camba, the 204. Fill in row number 8, inside and out. And then all the guys that chose not to qualify: Nick Cooper in the 35, Casey Graves in the 01, Daniel Llewellyn in the 23, and Scott King, who we saw spin, coming out of turn 4. No time for him. But you'll have Cooper, Graves, Boyd, Cato, all coming to the back. And so will the 44 of Cliff Mullins. So a little bit of shift before we get the green flag, but those 5 drivers will line up 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st in the points in a single file line at the back of the field. 50% fuel load. I believe they get 2 sets of tires tonight, I'm pretty sure. So speed, but you still got to manage your tires a little bit. It's going to be a kind of a complicated race for these guys. About 24 to 28 laps on fuel, I believe. Hello, Dole. Still don't have your HD going. Hello, Ken. I didn't see that till just now. I'm sorry about that. Don't know how long you've been there. Pro driver in the 46, Lucas Hoytsma. And he came last week, decided to run on the iRacing fixed setup, and he did not do bad. He was pretty good with it. We'll see what he does tonight. I don't think he's on that iRacing setup tonight. I think he's on something a little hotter than that. Oh, going to extend it. Good job. Race control. Good job. Good job. Not everybody was in their proper position, I don't think. I saw some guys weaving around back there trying to figure out where they were supposed to be. I see the 24 car of Thomas Brandner is blinking a bit. And he is sliding backwards. So Brock Bigelow was the other driver headed to the back. Graves, Mullins, Cato, Bigelow, and Boyd were our drivers that headed to the back. And it looks like Thomas Brandner is going to go back there. And that's probably something with a connection issue, some kind of mechanical problem. Yes, you can. We can read everything on the car. And who else is that? Is that Nick Cooper? Nick Cooper is going back. Nick Cooper likes to do that. He loves to drop to the back and then see if he can drive his way through. He did it at Bristol, and he was dominating that field until that caution changed every single thing about that race. So now, gonna get our official green flag 100 times around as we move into the nighttime. Sun going down. Pace car out of the way. We'll drop into the restart zone. And the green flag in the air. Pretty good start. Front row, they're going to stay semi side by side now. Gidman on the short way around will have the advantage. Hoytsma not going to waste a lot of time. He is going to get right to that bumper and put some pressure on that 94. Gidman will get up top and he'll pull Larch on that first lap, trying to get him in front of Hoytsma. Did not work. They'll stay side by side for second momentarily. Larch got loose, and that'll settle the deal. Hoytsma to second, Gidman to first, Larch to third. That's Kevin Spaulding in fourth, and Hoytsma going to go right for the lead here. He let Gidman lead the first lap and then stepped up, went around him. And now he'll lead the field through 3 and 4. So lap 1. Gidman to lap 2, Hoytsma. We'll see if we get a different leader on lap 3, but I don't think that's going to happen. Larch got around Gidman as well. Here comes Blackley in the 9 car. Door to door with the 25 of Kevin Spaulding. We've got action all over the place early as Kobe Stidham will be under fire from Trevor Williams. Oh, Williams drove that car into the corner deep to make that pass. We're going to go back here because Camba, Everett. Well, that's Boyd. And Mike Forstner right in front of them right there. And Boyd trying to make a charge through the field. He's got Brock Bigelow kind of following through. Boyd got around to Everett. And Mike Forstner up to the bumper of the 36. Kobe Stidham already. Top 4 within 0.6 of each other. And then it's almost a second to Williams in 5th. Thomas Brandner 2 laps down. Whatever problem he was having, he had to go to the pits to get it fixed. So he is going to have to play catch up. He's going to have to hope for some cautions here. Gidman and Spaulding. One went to the bottom, one went to the top. 2 totally different lines through the corner. As we watch the Popo giving chase to the rest of the field in front of him. Trevor Williams still 5th. He built a healthy gap back to the 9 car of Blackley. Here comes Boyd. Remember, Garrett Boyd went to the back of the field. Top 5 in points. He's already in the top 7 on the racetrack. Justin Smith. What up, Bubba? You could have come and raced with us tonight, my man. Forstner is still 8th. Stidham and Pearson rounding out the top 10 right now. It is a hornet's nest behind that because Mullins just went by Kamba. Here comes Ross Cato. He's trying to work his way by Kamba as well. Llewellyn right behind that, and then it's Casey Graves back in the 15th spot. Tiny Dancer is 16th. Brock Bigelow had a moment. He slid all the way from the top 10. He's missing the back end of that 27 car. I don't know what happened to him. Let's see. I don't see a crash. He lost a lot of spots. Michael Everett on pit road. Something must be amiss on the 8 car. But Hoytsma now, half a second. I think he had a mechanical issue. He is 3 laps down now. He must be having all kinds of problems. Hoytsma clear by 3/4 of a second over Larch. Gidman now trying to make up 0.6 of a second. He and Kevin Spaulding have been kind of in lockstep for a while now. Trevor Williams is still 5th, and he is very, very slowly closing the gap on the 2 in front of him. Boyd now up to 6th. He got around Blackley. So did Mike Forstner right there. A nice move to the inside for the 69 car. It is still a hornet's nest back here. That is in 9th place, Stephen Pearson in front of Mullins, Stidham, Cato, Llewellyn, Graves. And they're going to be 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Kobe Stidham has the back end of the 36 car pushed in a little bit. He must have got some damage on the start. Or he got a little loose and somebody got up behind him and gave him the old push button. They pushed his bumper cover in, so it does not look to me like his spoiler is bent. Oh, Stephen Pearson going for a ride. This is going to bring out a caution. Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. There's your caution. Okay, now we're going to go back and watch. Oh, help. Yeah. Crosses in front of Mullins, and when Mullins went to go underneath, boom. Little loose. Maybe took the air off the back of that 83 car and then into that left rear corner. So we'll slow things down. That'll give some of these guys a chance to do some stuff. That'll give Thomas Brandner, well, maybe. Nope, it will not, because Ryan Kamba is going to probably be the lucky dog. We will wait for race control to confirm a claim on this. Everybody's headed for pit road, though. They are nose to tail riding down pit road. Hoytsma will be the first to peel off. He's about the 7th or 8th pit stall here. He's actually the 5th pit stall. So we'll see. It should be a fuel only. And that'll help change a few things. Gidman rolling out. I think he got Larch, and then 4th place. It's going to go to Kevin Spaulding. 5th place. Garrett Boyd picked up on pit road. Trevor Williams, Mike Forstner, Matt Blackley. Casey Graves, 9th. Ross Cato, 10th. Cliff Mullins and Scotty King. Scotty King up 8 spots. He started 20th. He is now 12th. As though Tiny Dancer does Tiny Dancer things. 204 of Ryan Kamba. at the front of the field. And Thomas Brandner is on pit road, and I don't know if they're still working on that thing or what they're doing. We have a claim. So we're watching Kamba. It looks like he will probably wave around here. Brandner. Looks like he picked up a lap lucky dog in it. And we'll have Gidman and Hoytsma on the front row. Larch inside of row 2 next to Kevin Spaulding. And then Boyd and Williams, Forstner and Blackley, and Graves and Mullins. So we'll come to the green. Restart on lap number 15. We saw almost everybody fuel only on that run. That caution right there went in. Limited amount of tires. Nobody wants to waste them. I completely understand that. Now you can change things up a little bit. Your strategy can become a little more open. But we're getting ready to be in the restart zone. And Hoytsma. Little bitty bit of tire spin there. I saw the car wiggle a little bit. And he was trying to go through the gears. We have got a wreck behind. Yeah, we're going to back this up just a little and see. Oh, boy. Oh, 969 car. Loose on the old tires on their restart. He gets Mullins. Mullins got a piece of Tiny Dancer. But Scott King was able to continue. Oh, no, he spun out too. Man, Cliff Mullins is rolling away. There's Forstner rolling away. Brock Bigelow is on pit road. He's still trying to get the 27 fixed, and I don't know what lap he got damage on, but let's see. Is Hoytsma in? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to come visit with us. Lucas Hoytsma, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man, I see you headed down pit road for the second time. I'm going to have to go with, this is going to be another fuel-only stop. You're just trying to move the window for those tires.
Yep, want to pit as late as possible, trying to make a window work here. Kind of in the dark, not really sure what I want to do, but, you know, more fuel's better, right?
Well, more fuel goes further, I can promise you that much. Question, and I got to ask this because last week, the information we received was that you decided to take the I'm kind of a weirdo challenge and run the iRacing fix setup at Bristol against all of these animals. Is that true?
Yes, I did. I took the fix setup and spent about 25 minutes adjusting it. And I don't know what I'm doing with these cars, really. So, yeah, that was an adventure. Didn't go well. This week I got some help from Casey, but I once again took the fix setup and I spent about 3 hours on it this time, and we're feeling a lot better.
Okay, so these are concoctions of your own volition, then.
That is correct. Yeah, I don't want to take Casey's easy way out. They're like they're like the JR Motorsports of this whole thing.
Well, I was curious because we like to see these, the guys that have all the skill, and we know that by the I ratings that they carry, and let them shine. Show the rest of these guys, if you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best out here. You sure are making it challenging on yourself and giving these guys kind of a, let's just call it a break.
Yeah, I'm having a good time, and I'm on something that's fit for my driving style, and I had a lot of fun making it too. This has been really fun.
All right, man. Well, you were really good out front a little bit ago. We'll see if you can make your way back up there. Good luck to you. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of the night.
Absolutely. Thanks, sir.
Well, Lucas Hoytsma, and he is definitely doing it the freaking hard way. I can promise you that. A lot of talent in that 46 car for sure. All right, we're going to line them up with Gidman and Larch on the front row, Williams and Boyd in row 2, Hoytsma and Graves there in row 3, as a lot of guys chose to go down pit road. So Hoytsma will get himself back up there close to the front. Coming off our second caution, this will be technically our third start, our second official restart, and it'll be on lap 19. We are just about 20% of the way through this thing. Camba, Brandner, and Everett are laps down. And Michael Everett, I believe, rejoined the field. He's a bunch of laps down. I don't know what happened to his car. We'll have to ask him if we get a chance. But the green flag about to come back out. This time it'll be Gidman out front.
Green, green, green.
He started from the pole initially. He got a pretty good restart there. Look who is on the inside of Michael Larch. That's the 21 of Garrett Boyd. He was at the back of the field 20 laps ago. Pit stops and racing hard through the field, and he's starting to work his way towards the front. Looks like that outside line had a good run out of 2, and both Larch and Williams will cruise right by the 21 car. Hoytsma looking for a place to go. He's 5th. He's got Casey Graves right behind him. Graves, your points leader, already has 2 wins on the season. As on the outside, Michael Larch will take the lead away from Gidman. And Trevor Williams had a notion to try to make an inside pass, but Gidman closed the door on him. This time Williams peeks to the inside. Can he get there before turn 1? I think the short way around is going to get him door to door. And they're door to door behind. Boyd on the high side. Hoytsma was on the bottom. Big run for the 21 and a big wiggle from the 1 car. He gave a spot back to Gidman, gave a spot up to Boyd. He's going to give a spot up to Hoytsma here, it looks like, as well. Trevor Williams backslid when he got loose coming out of 2, and he'll slam the door on Casey Graves. Stuffed that thing in the opening right there in 5th. And now Garrett Boyd trying to work over the 94 car. Hoytsma with a peek to the inside. Trying to take 3rd away from Boyd. He's got it by a nose, but the run down the backstretch off the high side should be enough to get Boyd back in front, and it is. Hoytsma slides in line. Graves got around Williams right there in turns 1 and 2. Kevin Spaulding is still 7th. Cliff Mullins, Matt Blackley, and they're in a dogfight with the lap car of Thomas Brandner, and Brandner's got plenty of speed in the 24, it looks like. He just, mechanical problems knocked him off the lead lap, and he is going to have to work hard to try to get back on that lead lap. Stidham is right there in 10th. They fixed the bumper cover on the 36 car. It looks square and clean again. And then Stephen Pearson behind that Llewellyn, with a lap car between he and Pearson, runs in 12th. Then Forstner, Cato, King, Cooper, Bigelow. Still no bumper cover on the 27 car. And then Ryan Campbell in between those cars, 10th and 11th right there. Or 11th and 12th, I'm sorry. 18th, he is 1 lap down. And Thomas Brander, as we saw up here, a few cars in front of him, and he's working on Mullins. Mullins is 8th. And he needs a couple of laps. But we're back up here. Larch has the lead, and Hoytsma is trying to get second away from Gidman. There comes the pack. And now they've got it sorted out through about the top 13, 14. Larch and Hoytsma 1-2. Boyd, 4th behind Gidman. Side by side again, Trevor Williams and Casey Graves. That is going to be 5th and 6th. Then Kevin Spaulding, Mullins, Brander in between those two. Blackley, Stidham, Pearson. We had a little bit of a 3-wide back here 2 laps ago. They've got it sorted out. Everybody's single file now. Back up front, Hoytsma inching in on the 4 car of Michael Larch. Larch has the distinction of being the first ever winner in the series. He won at Auto Club Speedway back in February to kick things off for these stock car guys. Lucas Hoytsma looking for his first series win here. It's his second race. Oh, I'll tell you what, Trevor Williams has got something working. He caught Boyd, got around Graves, and now he's picked up both of those spots. He's up to 4th. And Casey Graves trying to make the pass on Garrett Boyd. So we know what is going on with Tiny Dancer. His electronics are giving him fits. His game crashed. He'll probably come back. He usually does. Graves still working to try to get around Boyd. And the high side has some momentum. 1 and 2, Boyd goes right to the ceiling, but in 3 and 4, he takes it to the basement. Oh, and Casey Graves with a hard impact to the outside wall there coming out of turn 4. And I don't know if that did some damage or not. But it certainly did break his momentum. Up front, Larch has been able to keep about a 4 or 5 car length gap between himself and Hoytsma. And as soon as I mentioned that, Hoytsma picks up 2-3 car lengths right there through turns 3 and 4. Now, these cars will make dirty air for the guy right behind them. But Larch and Hoytsma 1.7 seconds ahead of Williams, who just got around Galen Gidman to put himself 3rd. I don't know what happened, folks. My game crashed. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, boy. I am going to try very hard not to shut this down, but I am going to give you guys this to look at while I try to fix this. This is crazy. Wow. We're not even warm now. We're not nowhere near warm. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, sorry guys, don't know what happened. We got an update today, and apparently, typical for iRacing, there's going to be a ton of bugs in this thing. Wow, that's ridiculous. I'm going to keep it going. We're trying to log back in right now. As soon as we do get logged back in, we'll just have to catch up. So, unfortunately, I will not have a replay for the guys tonight. It's loading. We'll see what happens. We are almost back in, I promise you. All right, let's get you back where we can see what's going on. Oh my gosh, we got to go through this trash again. All right, so now we're just in the process of starting all of our tracking software again. Okay, we're back to it. We'll see how long we can stay in here. Our apologies, we have no control over when iRacing decides to be retarded. Larch, Hoytsma, Williams, Gidman. And I'll tell you what, Galen Gidman is in the Hornet's Nest now. Stidham is there. Blackley, Mullins. 41 laps complete. Scott King did make it back in just like I did. We're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this. Michael Larch is holding off Lucas Hoytsma. That or Hoytsma is just playing snake in the grass. And he's just waiting. He will have a little extra fuel because he did pit the last time we saw a caution. I do want to remind you guys we do have a show tomorrow night. A tribute race with the Midwest Truck Series guys to Kyle Busch. Make sure that you tune in for that. If you haven't already, like, share, follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch and Trovo so you'll know when we go live. Here comes the pass for the lead on the high side. Hoytsma got a run out of two right up the backstretch. Got to that outside right rear corner. And had Larch pinned to the inside, and now he'll go back to the lead again at the end of lap number 43. We are nearing halfway. Trevor Williams, Kobe Stidham, 3 and 4. Blackley, 5. Gidman is 6. Mullins, Boyd, Graves, and Cato. Ross Cato in the top 10. Here comes Nick Cooper, the hang at the back guy. Then Forstner 12th, Spalding, Llewellyn, Pearson through 15th. Bigelow is on pit road. So is Ryan Campbell. Campbell already in his stall. Left side tire is going to go on that one. And he'll roll away. Bigelow will get into his pit stall. Still no bumper cover. No rear end on that 27. We'll see how long it is before these guys break off and pit. And this time, Michael Larch will do it. So Larch is going to head for pit road. There goes Stidham and Williams. Blackley. The field. Gidman is in. Boyd is in. That looks like a Casey Graves coming in. So Larch will be the first of our leaders to jump in here. He's right into his stall. Right side's going on the 21. Nothing going on the 94. Fuel only. He's down and away. I'm going to go with a speeding penalty possibly for the 4-car because, man, he is sitting there a long time. Lucas Hoytsma on pit road. Well, we'll see what Hoytsma does. Does he do tires? Does not look like he's going to do tires either. In gear and away he goes. Kevin Spalding into his stall. That is Thomas Brander behind him. There comes Nick Cooper. Cliff Mullins is now in. Mike Forstner is in. Stephen Pearson is in. Daniel Llewellyn just now rolling out of pit road. Stidham still on the racetrack. Blackley and Cato are still out with him, and here comes the top two. Stidham and Blackley both coming in. And Ross Cato dropped off as well. So that's going to put Hoytsma back as your leader if he can get around and get past these guys before they get on and off pit road. Otherwise, he's going to have to pass them coming out. Let's go see Stidham already in his stall. And he'll roll out. Blackley will be behind him. Hoytsma is going to get by them both. So he'll reassume the lead. Here comes Stidham. Where is Cato? He's rolling out with him. Trevor Williams. And he's going to fall in line in between Stidham and Blackley. Gidman will score 5th. Then Mullins and Graves. Boyd behind that. Nick Cooper, Ross Cato, the top 10. All right. Halfway, crossed flags being shown this time to your leader, as he is 4.7 seconds out in front of this field. Ross Cato back to pit road. I'm going to go with speeding, exiting. He had to do a pass through. Well, maybe not. He's going to his pit stall. Interesting. Didn't expect that. He was just in a couple of laps ago. Michael Larch. And I guarantee you had to have a speeding penalty. He is 25 seconds off the lead, and he and Hoytsma were basically nose to tail. Casey Graves now up to second, and Garrett Boyd followed him through. Stidham is 4th. Blackley is 5th. Williams. There's Gidman in 7th. Cooper is now 8th as he goes around the high side, passes Cliff Mullins to take that spot away. Mullins will be 9th, and then Mike Forshner 10th, but he's got Steven Pearson streaking past him, getting into turn 1. Kevin Spaulding. There's Lou Allen. That's 13th. Michael Larch is 14th, and he's the last car on the lead lap currently. Camba, Bigelow a lap down. King and Brandner 2, along with Cato. And then Michael Everett 7 laps down as he makes his laps. Right there. So all 20 cars are still on the racetrack. They are just in varying states of a lap. And I'll tell you what, Casey Graves on way fresher tires than Hoytsman. He has to be, because he just gobbled up the 46 and spit him out, and the 21 is looking like he may do the same here. Goes around on the high side, and Boyd is trying to keep pace with Graves here. Got to get it down inside 70, I think, to try to make it. So we'll see where they get to. Everybody pitted around 45, but we've had a couple of cautions that extended fuel mileage. Hoytsman still 3rd. Here comes Kobe Stidham. He runs 4th, and he's 5.3 seconds off the lead. Matt Blackley, 7.6. Pit stops are the great equalizer, because if you do them under green, if it's just the tiniest little mistake, it's going to cost you. It's going to hurt, and it spreads the field out. So, looking at Galen Gidman, he's got the lap car of Scott King working on him. He's got Cliff Mullins trying to take 8th place away, following the 18. As that's Camba following Nick Cooper. Cooper is 6th. Just got around Trevor Williams. Casey Graves and Garrett Boyd separated by just about 0.4 of a second. And they are over 4 seconds ahead of the field. Hoytsma, 3rd place, 4.6 seconds, and I know he has tires left in the pits. So I think on his final run, he is probably going to make up a lot of time. But, man, he sure has given up a lot right here. Lap times for he and Stidham, 31.7, 31.8. Your leaders, 30.80s. So a full second faster right now. A lot of guys on different strategies. That's the great thing about this series, is that there goes Michael Larch going to go a lap down here to the leaders. So Larch in 14th. First car a lap down. If we catch a caution, he'll get the lucky dog. Go look. Kevin Spaulding is right here coming out of turn 2. There's Casey Graves, about a straightaway behind, but Spaulding in 13th is the last car on the lead lap. And the Policia probably need to turn on the blue lights and get moving. Just going to say it. I thank all of you for hanging around. I greatly appreciate that. I have no idea why iRacing are locked up. That has not happened in a very, very long time. So I am not exactly sure what happened there. Graves and Boyd have been basically almost locked together here since pit stops. They charged up from about 8th or 9th in the running order. Took over the lead a little while ago. Graves did. Boyd followed him right through and has just stayed kind of locked on his bumper. Sitting here pacing him a little bit, it looks like. He's trying to keep clean air on the nose of the 21. As they come up on Brock Bigelow. Bigelow already a couple of laps down. He got damaged early.
All right, man.
Caution! Let's see who this is for. Well, Mike Forster and Cliff Mullins were... Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were side by side. Let's go back just a little bit. Out of 4 up the front stretch. Both cars into the fence. Now both will probably be able to continue. So that'll bring our... Let's see if these two have tires left. Hoytsma stays out. Casey Graves already hit his pit stop. Dan, watching his car. Oh, he missed his marks. Had to pull forward. Now he's got to back up. That's definitely going to hurt him. Boyd is already gone. I didn't see what he did for tires. I know that Gidman is going to put a set on. Yeah, he's going to put all 4 on. He ran those about as far as he possibly could. He ran them 64 laps. Hoytsma stays out. Ross Cato, 2 laps down, right behind him. They're praying he goes in. Cato and Brandon are praying that he goes in. Cato, not even in line for the lucky dog. Camba is the first car a lap down. I feel like it's supposed to be the 4 car, though, of Michael Larch. And it looks like he did get the lucky dog, and he elected to go to the pits, so. Michael Larch was our lucky dog. The rest of these guys are praying the 46 peels things off right here. And he will not, so they will peel off and go ahead and go to pit road. And that'll make it Hoytsma, then Boyd. Pearson scored 3rd. As we're really working our 3rd caution tonight. So Mike Forster, 69 car behind the wall. 2 caution rule. It's a little different look at the front right now. Boyd and Hoytsma. That second row, Stephen Pearson next to Kobe Stidham. Then Blackley and Williams. Gidman and Spalding and Cooper and Graves. And Graves had all kinds of problems in the pits. We are going to have about 34 laps to go. Hoytsma got a pretty good launch. Even on the older tires, he really got out there. Boyd to second, Stidham and Williams 3-4. Then it's Spalding, Pearson, and Blackley. Gidman behind that, and remember, Gidman has 4 tires. Just got to get him up to temp, and he may start carving his way through this field. He's got Nick Cooper right behind him. And there goes Gidman inside to out around Steven Pearson, and now alongside Blackley. Hoytsma way off the pace now. And the older tires, I think, starting to show. On the restart, the heat-cycled tires are good for a lap or two, but once they come up to temperature, everything changes. And now that 46 car is making the backslide. He's already 8th. And that happened in about a lap. Boyd, Williams, and Spalding are 1, 2, 3. Gidman and Stidham 4, 5. We're going to be down to 30 laps to go. That time, Boyd, car way out of shape, getting into turn 3, and he is going to go from the lead to 4th place that quickly. And for the first time tonight, Trevor Williams will be out front in the 1 car. That may be short-lived because Kevin Spalding up on the high side. Oh, my God. Are you serious right now? I have had so much to the end of Windows. Jeez. Oh, God, that's irritating. I'm over Windows now. I wish there was a competing operating system. It wouldn't matter what it was. I would do it just to get away from Windows. Sick of their crap and just taking over my computer. Kevin Spalding, second, but Galen Gidman was trying to get up there and challenge him. Garrett Boyd is still 4th, but here comes Stidham and Larch. And Michael Larch from a lap down to Lucky Dog and now back in the top 5 on the fresh tires. Stidham and Blackley are nose to tail, 6, 7, and then Steven Pearson is 8th. Cooper and Llewellyn 9, 10. Hoytsma is 11th. Man, is he off the pace. I wonder if he's regretting not going in and getting tires. Looks like he's going to go in right now. Got it woed down. He'll get it onto pit road. And he'll get it there with 28 laps to go. Everybody else may have to make a stop here, and he is going to bank on being able to outlast them. But I want to see. I think he has tires. Well, watch. That's a long time on pit road. Man, I'd always want to do this under caution. Under green, it is just so long. A fuel pit stop is about 8.5 seconds. 4 tires is about 13 and a half. He'll roll out. He is going to lose a lap. And he's going to lose more than that because they're down turn 3. And he is still on that apron. So here comes Galen Gidman. And Gidman is going to get off sequence. And he is going to go and get enough fuel to get to the end. This will be a quick splash of fuel only. And he'll be in and out. We'll see where he comes out in relation to Hoytsma. He should get in and out quickly. Trevor Williams now going to go by. He'll put him a lap down. Gidman off of pit road where he cycles in. We'll see what happens there. There's Spalding. Larch. Blackley. And Blackley's got a little company because here comes Nick Cooper. And Cooper on some fresh skins is going to go by on the high side and move Cooper to 4th. 7 seconds off the lead. Where did Gidman slot in? He is going to get out in front of Hoytsma with that splash only. So Casey Graves now right behind Hoytsma as he's been in as well. We're going to go to the front. Watch Williams. I keep looking for some of these guys. They know they can't make it. I keep looking to see. That's third place Michael Larch, and then Galen Gidman is right there. He's a lap down, but he has a lap and about 6 seconds. Make it 5. A lap plus 5. Williams will have a very short stop depending on how far he runs this. He's going to go another lap for sure. Gidman, Kamba, Hoytsma, a lap down. Graves is the last car on the lead lap. And he is clutching the car to save fuel. We'll go on board and listen down in turns 1 and 2. He is clutching it from the start-finish line. He is trying to save that handful of laps. So the 01 is trying to save enough fuel. He's got about 12 seconds on the guys that have been on and off pit road. He's the last car on the lead lap, and he's getting reeled in here. He's only about 7 seconds ahead of this one car. And the one car is streaking away from the 25 car. He's out to 2.5 seconds. Then here comes the Larch. He's got Gidman right behind. Fuel mileage, tire saving, it all plays into this. Gidman should be good on fuel. He's going to save just a little tire, I'm sure, until we get down to about 10 to go, and then he's going to try to go. There goes Cliff Mullins. Mullins is going to go to pit road, top off. Waiting on the one car. When is he going to come? Is he going to wait until the last drop? He's got Michael Everett. Everett 19th, 10 laps off of the lead. Got enough pace in the car. Not sure what happened to him tonight. "17 laps remaining. It's 3.5 seconds. And now Kevin Spaulding is getting reeled in by Michael Larch and Galen Gidman. And Gidman, the lap car, already been to pit road. So Larch is second. He's got Galen Gidman, the lap car. Garrett Boyd now on pit road as he leaves his pit stall. Splash and go for Boyd. How long does Williams wait? Not coming in this time. 3.7 seconds. You can see the leader out of the front window. of the 4 car. They worked around Casey Graves right there. Graves is 8th, and he just fell off the lead lap. He is in massive fuel-saving mode right now. It is 2.6 seconds from Gidman to Graves. That could be for your race win, depending on how these leaders are set up for fuel. And I'm pretty sure that Williams and Larch, Spalding are all going to have to make a stop. Cooper might be close. She gets around Kevin Spalding now. Blackley, hard to say, was on pit road the same as all the rest. Kobe Stidham, another one of those drivers, questionable on his fuel. So is Llewellyn right there. Working the lap traffic. Larch got between the cars. Now Gidman goes around Graves, and he'll work inside of Scott King. He's 8th. The first car not on the lead lap. But he might be the guy in the catbird seat if everybody else in front of him has to pit. We are down to 7 cars on that lead lap, and Everett got around, got one of his laps back. So Everett now 9 laps down. But there's your leader off 2, and here comes Michael Larch, and the gap is starting to shrink a little bit. Nick Cooper is starting to shrink the gap on both of these drivers. He runs 3rd. Oh, big slide for the 35 coming out of turn number 4. Spalding's still 4th. He is working around Graves right there. Then there's Blackley in 5th. Stidham and Llewellyn coming out of turn 4, nose to tail, 6, 7. That's all the lead lap cars. Then it's Gidman, who is 3rd on the racetrack, 7th in the standing, or make it 8th, I'm sorry, in the standings. But he's the first driver that pitted to get his fuel to make it to the end, but he may have company coming because Hoytsma got tires, and he's only 3.5 seconds behind Gidman. Now we're inside 10 to go. We're watching, as I saw Cooper starting to close in on Gidman. And there goes Larch. Here comes Cooper. Williams and Spalding stayed on the racetrack. Blackley, Stidham, so top 3 absolutely committed to another lap. Larch and Cooper. Cooper in and out of his pit stall. Larch rolling out of his as well. Here comes Trevor Williams to pit road. That's going to mean that Spalding, Blackley, and company. Spalding is on pit road as well. Blackley stays out. Hoping for that caution, and they may get it with this Hornet's Nest right here. Pearson around Stidham and Llewellyn. Pearson was to pit road. So now Blackley has the lead as Spalding goes to pit road. Stidham is 2nd. Llewellyn is 3rd. Williams is rolling out in 4th. And he is going to get out in front of Galen Gidman. About 2 seconds right now as there's Williams blending into traffic in turn 3. And here comes Gidman about to roll in. So Ross Cato's headed for pit road. Cato 13th. Here comes your leader. Now does Stidham have to make it to pit road? Llewellyn looks like he's dipped to the inside. He may be coming to pit road this time. And he will not. He will stay out. So Blackley is Stidham, Llewellyn. There goes Blackley. In and out. He'll fall through. Williams will come to third. Gidman will come to fourth. Stidham and Llewellyn. And fuel saving to the max. It was 5 to go last time. It'll be 4 to go this time. We'll see. Williams is closing in on these guys. And they are really trying to save. But Williams is right there. He'll get Llewellyn on the high side. He will pull alongside Stidham, and he's going to get him as well. Here comes Galen Gidman, and he doesn't have to save fuel either. He'll move in on the 40-40. He almost got the 23, who's in clutching from the center of the backstretch out. Gidman is now up to third. Can he close on Stidham? I don't think he's going to have enough under the car to get to Williams as we're inside 3 to go, and Stidham has to let Gidman go on the high side. Hoytsma is right there as well, and Lucas Hoytsma is probably going to pass Stidham down the backstretch here. Can he run down Galen Gidman in the last 2 laps? Got a lot fresher tires. About 0.3 of a second faster the last time by. We'll see where it is this time. 31-60 for your leader. 31-70 and 31-65 for your top 3. So Trevor Williams is out in front by 2 seconds. I think if he keeps the 1 car pointed forward, he's going to take the white flag, and he is probably going to get around here and pick up his first ever DSRL victory. White flags in the air. One more time around for the 1 car of Williams. There's Gidman in second, and there's Hoytsma in third. Williams got on and off pit road from the lead. He kept the lead, and he is going to go to victory lane tonight. He comes out of turn 4, checkered flag waving. Trevor Williams wins for the first time in DSRL competition at Charlotte tonight. In the true Southern Florida Living Stock Car Series, Gidman second, Hoytsma, then Larch and Cooper 4-5. Blackley, Stidham, Spalding, Graves, Boyd, Pearson, Llewellyn, Mullins, Cato, Brandner, Bigelow, Kamba, King, Everett, and Forstner. Rounding out the field. We'll get ready to get now. Oh, Lucas Hoyts. Well, he's all right there. We could have dealt with that. Got to educate these kids. Got to do it every time. We'll start grabbing our drivers and getting them ready to talk to us. All right, let's get ready to talk to our top 3. Lucas Hoytsman, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man, a 3rd place, and I thought the fresh tires on the late stop might be the ticket to get you to be able to run all these guys down. just didn't quite work out. I think the tires equalized there with about 5 or so to go.
Yeah, I failed to factor in how much longer my pit stop was going to be. That was kind of the part that didn't work out there. The thought in my mind normally is the later you can take tires in this car, the better. But it doesn't work out when your stop is like 8 seconds longer than your competition. So, yeah, that was tough. But hey, a P3 is honestly better than I was expecting when I came out there, like 14th. I was expecting the worst. So I will absolutely take this. Best career finish here in DSRL.
Well, you've had a couple of weeks to run with these guys, and tell me, I know you run with a little bigger crowd a lot of the time, but the competition level in this series is pretty good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's tough competition. It's definitely not easy. I was the few laps I did lead tonight. It was I had to fight for that, So I had a ton of fun. I can't wait to come back next week. It's it was great racing all the way up and down the field. I mean, it seems like everybody's having a battle, so it's a really good time. But I appreciate everybody who puts this thing on. Everybody, you for broadcasting it, everybody on the team, and everybody on my team for, doing what they do. So it's a fun night.
Well, it's awesome watching good guys come in and run with this group, and we hope you're enjoying yourself. And I know you said you're looking forward to coming next week. You do know next week is a road course, right?
Oh, I absolutely love road courses in these cars, so I'm glad to hear that.
Well, you're going to get to go to Road America for 35 laps, man, and we figured out that the fuel window is around 10 laps, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a ton of fun. I love Road America. I am really looking forward to it now.
All right, man. Well, great job tonight on a P3. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do over on the road course next week, and thanks for chatting with us, my man.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Oh, Lucas Hoytsma finishing in third. And now we're going to get ready and talk to another driver who I'm going to bet, seriously, and I know it, he thinks this way. I guarantee you that he thought he pulled the winning strategy by pitting there way off sequence with everybody. But Galen Gidman, it got you this close.
Yeah, I don't know if pitting early there, like, I don't think it hurt me, but I don't think it necessarily helped me either. I think it was just a fine way to run it. But no, I was just telling Trevor, like, when I came out, I was going to have to figure out how somewhere in that cycle to make up a second and a half or 2 seconds on him. And he had that teammate in the 4 car that was just ahead of me. And Larch is a hell of a race car driver. And I love racing with him, but he was a good teammate, and I couldn't get by him. And I don't think I was going to get back to Trevor anyway, but definitely not after I couldn't get around the 4 car. So, man, I had a lot of fun. The car was average. Like, it was good enough to be in the mix, but there was just times I couldn't get it to do what I really wanted it to do. So it was fun to throw adjustments at it, make it a little better, and just race really, really hard.
Well, big, long race, 100 laps here is a long time. But the cautions, you get a handful early, and that really kind of changed the fuel strategy. Then you don't get one. The one you do get late isn't enough to get you in the window. And the whole night, it just seemed like the fuel strategy had to be on the move, and you were having to think the whole time. Is that right?
It is, yeah. I was putting this new iRacing fuel calculator through its paces tonight, and honestly, it's great. I was really helpful tonight. So yeah. I mean, there was. I knew somebody was going to try to stretch it at the end, and I know people have made it in this league when I never thought it was possible, but I just couldn't make the math work in my head to try to make it. So it was all about, when do you take that stop? What does that put you in clean or dirty air, and kind of what position does that put you in? So at the end of the day, Trevor just had a good 2-second lead there after that restart, and I don't know there was anything I was going to do to make that up.
Well, an awesome job nonetheless. Another podium, and once we hit about week 7 and the drop weeks come in for you missing your technical week, the points are going to change drastically, and you're going to be one of those guys the last half of the season going to the back.
I mean, I'm second here. You don't need to bring that kind of negativity.
Well, I got to do something because you had a hell of a run. It looked like the car, you said it was average. It looked pretty good because, I mean, you are up here ahead of that whole True Speed team. So I had to do something good for you underneath that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I struggled on restarts a little bit, and then I could get into the corner really well, but then it really turned well to get down to the bottom. But then when I'd get back to the throttle, it just couldn't carve all the way out on exit like I needed to. But if I'm honest, I think there's some better drivers out here too. I don't know, in this car, I've never quite felt like I was doing all that could be done. So fun race though. Regardless.
Awesome job nonetheless, man. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous. I'll let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, True Southern Florida Living, BeefOBradys, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, Digital Sim Sports Network, Dirt Racing Network, whole admin team, everybody that helps do this for us, Larry, Mike, Scott, yourself, Garrett Boyd. And then I raced really hard with some guys tonight, and they all raced me pretty clean. So big thank you to everyone that makes it fun to be out here.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. I will look forward to seeing you next week.
See ya.
Galen Goodman, finish it in a second tonight. And now, talk to a driver that breaks through and gets his first ever DSRL win. He did it in great fashion. He got on and off pit road with the lead late in this thing. Trevor Williams, big win here tonight.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Feels good.
First time to break through here at DSRL. The competition level here is they are not pushovers, and you had to work hard. How good was your car tonight?
Yeah. The car, we were probably average. We struggled a little bit with balance. It was really hard to adjust your car tonight with only an hour practice. It's hard to, with the bumps on the bottom, especially in 3 and 4 here. It really wants to shove the nose, but if you loosen it up too much, then you're wrecking off the corner. So, I mean, I think the car had pretty good balance. I would say we're average, on speed. We were right there in the 5th and 6th place car range, I think, on speed, but strategy kind of worked out for me for the first time in my life, and I'll take it.
Well, you're restarting with about 35 to go. You can't get to the end. When did you decide I'm going to run this thing until it's almost empty and just try to build a lead?
Yeah, pretty much right away. Our original strategy was to make it to lap 75, 76 there on the last stint if we didn't get a caution, just so we could, make it on fuel the rest of the way and have fresh tires and hopefully be able to run down Casey and all those guys that took tires at the halfway point or close to it. Wasn't sure if we were going to be able to catch them, but we wanted to be the guys chasing at the end, not playing defense. But like you said, the caution came out, and I pretty much just decided, if there's only going to be a little over 30 laps on the tires, I'm just gonna run the wheels off the thing and see what happens.
Well, an awesome job. You got in first, and when you came out, you had to go find and pass a couple, 2 or 3 cars there. Did you know how close the guys behind you were the whole time?
So I had my teammate Michael Larch behind me, and when we pitted, so I kind of knew that he was going to be the next guy in line. But I was telling Galen in the waiting room there, I didn't expect to see those guys when I came out. I thought I was going to kind of cycle through the lead and kind of cruise, And when they were there, it struck me pretty quick that I had better tires than they did. And I think Galen wasn't, but the other car, I don't remember who there was, he was saving fuel. So it was, I caught up to him pretty quick and kind of made quick work of it and just let her sail and prayed for no more cautions.
Well, an awesome job here. Your first win. Next week, got to go to the road course. What do you think about turning left and right?
I'm excited. I'm not the best road course racer in the world, but it's a lot of fun. I feel like I can hold my own, so I'll be expecting a good finish for sure.
All right, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, big shout-out to my dad. He's always watching. It's always good to get a win for the old man. We've been doing the racing thing since I was 6 years old, so that's always a bonding moment when we can be in victory lane. Big thank you for Digital Sim Sports Network and you guys for putting everything on here. Shout out to Dirt Racing Network for coming on board and doing the broadcast. They do a great job. You guys do a great job. And just the series sponsors, True Southern Florida Living, BeefOBradys, Edmund Trophy and Awards, Scott King Designs, all those guys. We appreciate them helping us out, and we have a great admin team as well. I'm having a blast with this league, man. It's some of the cleanest racing I've been in a while, and it's really fun to be able to work strategies, and this car is not a pushover, so you really got to drive it.
Well, an awesome job, man. Congrats on the win. I will look forward to seeing what you can do over at Road America next week.
Thanks, Roger.
That is Trevor Williams. He picks up his first ever win in DSRL competition. He does it at the home of NASCAR, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, awesome job. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to everybody out here tonight. Only 3 cautions, and, you know, I mean, we did have some mechanical failures and some different things, but, heck, I even had a horrible failure mechanically. We're going to have to figure out what happened. We're going to have to go through and figure out exactly why we had a crash of the game tonight. We just got the update today, so it could be a little bug. There could be something with a hot patch that comes out. Maybe we won't have to mess with this too long, and my frustration, the level of frustration and my blood pressure will not go any higher than it already is, but we will just have to see. Tomorrow night, we're going to give it a go again. We're going to see. Hopefully it doesn't crash on us. The Midwest Truck Guys tribute race for Kyle Busch tomorrow night. Tune in for that. Should go live right around 8:15, 8:30 Eastern. So make sure that you mark your calendars for that. And if you haven't already, like, share, follow, subscribe. You know, every time we go live, you can jump in the chat, say hi again. A lot of people in the chat. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for hanging with us through the technical difficulty. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Because without you guys, there is no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing every single night, there's nothing to cover. So a high five and a pat on the back to everybody on both sides of the coin there. Till we see you again. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down and come back and see us as soon as you can.